Hi, my name is Joseph. Welcome to my vlog. Today we're going to talk about depression and agency. Some of you might be wondering what the hell agency even is. I mean, I know I kind of struggle with giving you a definition or an example, but basically boiled down to it, agency is the feeling that your actions today, or your actions tomorrow, or yesterday in fact, will have an impact over an outcome. And that your choices and your decisions actually make a difference. This is a very difficult thing to give an example for, but trust me, it's an actual thing. People with low agency tend to have no real feel like they have control over their lives. You'll often hear them say things like, oh, well, it won't make a difference, or, well, this is going to happen anyway, or some other things like that. Basically, they feel like things that they do are not actually going to impact. Oh, by the way, wolf t-shirt, yay! So, one example is that people with lower agency tend to feel like, their pregnancy is just a thing that happens, or there's no way they could have stopped themselves from getting fired, or there's no way they could secure a better promotion, there's nothing that they can do about all those things. As you can imagine, this is a fairly common thing with people who have depression, at least as far as I've seen, because we often feel like we're trapped in a ball of hopelessness, that there's nothing that we can do about all of this stuff that's going on, because nothing we do will make a difference. That's a huge agency problem right there, and despite a lot of things, I still have a big agency problem. I mean, I can tell you now that most of the time I was going through college, I felt like there was nothing I could do. I just had to finish my college degree, and even though I didn't like it, there was no other options open to me, and there was nothing I could do to change those options. As you can imagine, agency is a fairly important thing to have for people, because it lets them grow as individuals. It makes them feel like they have power and they have abilities that will actually make a difference and will change things. There's a lot of studies into what will give people a better sense of agency, one of which is actually seen that video games will give you a better sense of agency, because you will do something in a video game and you can immediately see your outcome, how you've affected change in that world. This gives the person an understanding that, yes, they can actually make a difference, even on a small scale. And seeing that small scale will help you understand how your actions can have consequences and make changes in real life. I've been an avid player of video games for many years, and yet still I don't have a great sense of agency. This is not due to failing on the video game part, but it's actually due to the fact that if I didn't play video games, my agency would probably be negligible. Many of you who suffer from depression will feel lost. You'll feel like there's nothing that you can do to change, that forever you'll feel hopeless, but it's not true. There are things that you can do to make a difference, be it going for a run, talking to people, doing things that you enjoy. All of these things will make you feel less shit. They won't cure you of your depression, and there's no real cure for depression. It's not a disease, it's not a virus, it's just a way that your brain is wired. I'm sorry. It's probably true. Don't quote me on that one. Who knows? I'm going to bring up this topic as an example. It's actually something I want to talk about next week, but we're going to start with it here. I was going to have to talk about one of them first and introduce the other for the next video. We went with agency first because I think agency is kind of one of those things that is not really looked at very much when it comes to depression. So the next topic is going to be about gremlins, which is essentially a massive welling of negative thoughts that you will have, almost kind of like an internal voice. A lot of my friends call them gremlins, and I used to, but I've stopped, because if I call them gremlins, even though they're my thoughts, I'm like essentially giving away part of my control of my own thinking to another entity that I can't control, and that makes it worse. And that's how bad your agency can be as someone who is depressed. You can actually give away control that you have to things that don't even exist, and give them control over your own head. Next week we're going to talk about gremlins, which will go into why you shouldn't be calling them gremlins and what they actually are and how they affect you. For now, I'm going to tell you once again that if you have depression, or you know someone who has depression, please talk. Talk to them, or talk to someone else, or talk to someone. If you have depression, talk to someone, your mum, your dad, your priest, your psychologist, your brother, your sister, your friends, or me. I don't care. Find someone to talk to. Message me on YouTube if you have to. I will gladly talk to anyone who has depression. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again sometime. By the way, if you missed my previous video, there should be a link like up here saying previous video. Should be good. Let's go.